Thank you so much, Lucis, for that great overview. I don't know if you want to play the video of the demo, actually. I think that's a great idea. So, as Lucis mentioned, one of the big key findings was that women in Latin America really wanted to form communities with each other, but they didn't have a concrete place to go to. And they wanted a place that where they could be independent from their employer, so that and it could help them with their career advancements, being able to meet other women, and overall helping them with community building. And so, based on that, we started to think about creating a tool that could precisely help women in those different aims. And the main thing is we're utilizing AI on one hand to help women find other women who are similar to them, who could help them within their career goals, women who might be able to share stories that could help them, mentor them. And so, on one hand, we have AI algorithms that focus on that. And then we have also AI algorithms that focus on um, and then we have AI algorithms that focus on providing, we're using generative AI to provide guidance for the women workers to be able to find new opportunities. I don't know, Lucis, if you want to play the video of the that we have of the demo. And so overall, that's a little bit of an overview of La Independiente. Maybe I'll aim to share my screen and I'll play the demo that. So this was again done with the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM. And also, so Lucis presented a little bit about what they did, what PID Policy Lab did, which was more around policy making, etc. And we did the interview studies. We analyzed workers' experiences, especially in Latin America, and then from that we created design recommendations, and then we built a whole system. And so here's like a little bit of overview of UNAM. And then I'm going to showcase some of our demos. So this is one of our demos. So basically, when we were building La Independiente, one big thing that we also realized was that workers wanted to have their own independent platform, but they also wanted to have their own independent tools that would support them in their jobs. And so directly within their jobs, so that they don't have to go to another platform. So based on that, we created these web plugins that allow workers to be able to, for example, enhance how they're presenting themselves to employers, know how to negotiate. And here, basically, the worker inputs like their unique, like the different characteristics that they want, and then using generative AI, it's creating its own a bio that they can add. And notice that here we have these tailored interfaces because research has also shown that prompting generative AI large language models is not obvious. And so that was why we decided to create tools that just specialized on allowing workers where they don't have to worry about knowing how to prompt or not prompt the large language model. They can just focus on what are their goals that they have. This one is also for negotiation. This one is also for helping them set reminders with their employer. And so for the case of negotiation, some things that we found from the interviews was that they really wanted to, especially for women, they wanted to have ways in which they could talk to their employer about different types of payments that they could receive, et cetera. They didn't know the best way to approach their employer. And so this tool is basically focused on helping workers within within that area. I don't know if there are any questions. So that's one of the tools that we built. This is another of the tools. And basically here, basically someone uploads their CV. And then basically what can happen is that I don't know, actually I think that you might not be able to see it. I'm going to make it bigger. So anyway, they upload their CV. And then here we created like prompts that could help them to, for example, do different tasks. For example, okay, given my CV, I want to know what type of rates I should give employers, like how much I should be paid. And also they can add like, okay, you know what, I want help in terms of helping me to know how I should interview with a client that I want to that I want them to hire me. And so that's a little bit of what we created. And so like and so for example, it could also be that also the women in our study expressed that they had a lot of issues in terms of how to best interact with clients. And so for example, here the worker might say, okay, you know what, I need help in responding to what clients are asking me in text-based interviews. And so then based on that, it's providing them with feedback and advice. And so overall, what we aimed to do with these tools was to showcase how, based on the interviews, we studied how we could start to create the let me see, where is, oh, here it is. We started to see where we could start to integrate the generative AI to support the workers. Luce, I don't know if you want to share the demo of the other demo. So we actually made different tools. So we made these independent tools for supporting workers directly in their job, and then we also created a whole entire platform, independent platform, La Independiente, which is further supporting workers. Luz will share a demo. Oh, and I also
Yeah,
see
I'm
Tatiana.
having
So
technical
maybe Tatiana
problems,
can
but
also
I've
talk.
already shared the link to the demo in the chat, and I also wanted to say that Tatiana is here also.
Yeah, I don't know, Lucis, if you want to play the video. Maybe you can share your screen.
I'm having technical problems, but I already shared the link to the demo in the chat. So
Okay,
it would be nice if you could play it. Thank you.
I don't know, Tatiana, if you want to share some things about you. Like, so Tatiana has also been working with us. But so overall, that's a little bit about what we have been building. So we've been building different AI-based tools for supporting women workers in Latin America. Thank you, Caitlin.
I think we cannot hear the demo. The audio is not.
Yeah,
playing.
for the panelists, the audio is not running.
Maybe you can explain it, Lucis. So overall, right now, what you saw was the initial site of the of our platform, and here workers can start to find communities with each other, and then they can register for the platform and just start to get to know other women. The registration, women expressed that it was important for them because they wanted something that was independent, but they did also want some information about the others. And so that was why we have a whole registration process that's not as independent. Like they wanted to know that who were the women that they were talking to, especially because they consider that sometimes people could infiltrate their communities. And so like that step of verification was important. And so right now, this is like what the end user does, where they register.
It is also important to say that we put a little bit of identity panel, because we noted that in these platforms, at least in Tuloka, it's very binary thinking. It's either men or women. So they have to choose. And in our platform, we deliberately wanted to put on different options so they could self-identify beyond that binary. That's why we had the custom card in gender.
So this page that you're looking at is a first one of the first implementations that we had, which is a space where crowd workers can share about their experiences on different platforms as Toloka, as Amazon Mechanical Turk. They can share comments on different tasks that they've been performing, and other people can react to them, interact with them, and give further feedback. this is just a some examples of what women can post, and we also thought that it was really important to add some context about why we thought doing this work was crucial for crowd work. In the bottom there is a infography of We Are Dynamo, which is another of these efforts to organize women crowd workers. So this is the main technical implementation, which is the La Independiente Paola conversational agent. Crowd workers who are registered for this platform can interact with the chatbot, with the conversational agent, and ask her about different things. In this case, it is
I noticed that here, some things is that we're connecting with the direct data of that the platform can have. So it not only uses the data from large language models from their repositories, but it's connecting as well with the local data that workers are sharing with each other. And from there, it can provide recommendations. And then, for example, if workers have certain questions about different things, it is using large language models to further guide them. But I think an interesting thing is that we're combining local worker knowledge with the knowledge of the large language models. And we're also bringing it down for them so that they can best understand generative AI, which there's a lot of limitations for everyday people to be able to directly use this technology. And so with these interfaces, we're making it much more accessible and democratizing it.